Okay, welcome back to the channel everybody. We're going to carry on our theme of the new Wilson launch of the D9 range of metalwoods and also the irons. So recently just done reviews of my driver and the fairway woods hybrids, and we're now going to concentrate on the D9 iron. It's quite a forgiving golf club, it's packed, it looks powerful. We're going to test it, going to give you my personal views of the looks, the feel and which type of golf this iron is really aimed at. Okay, so we know Wilson make fantastic forged irons, and I've got a set of the staff model blades in my bag and I absolutely love them. They've reintroduced the CB, staff model CB iron, again, beautiful forged iron. But this is now more of obviously a game improvement iron we're looking at here. So it's a little bit chunky, it's beefier, we've got some power holes in there, or power slots as Wilson call it, a little bit of technology to talk about. So this iron is really sort of more aimed at that sort of mid to high handicap golfer who's looking for maximum forgiveness, maximum power, distance, everything like that, and ease of use. So first initial thoughts are, as in terms of the look of the golf club behind the ball, obviously there's some big club head there. There's a big, or there's a long blade length from that heel to the toe, plenty to look at. Medium to thick top line in there, probably a little bit more in that thicker section, bit of offset as you'd expect. But in terms of shaping, it's really nice. We've got some high chrome shiny bits on the heel and the toe, obviously around the back and the soles, so it looks quite sort of premium, it looks quite shiny, but really sort of down with the ball. It does look pretty good, to be honest, even though it is pretty big. Okay, very nice high tower and ball flight. First impressions there with the sound, it sounded pretty loud. Some big ball speed there, 127, carrying at 203. So straight away we're over that 200-yard mark carry with a 7-iron. But we're going to have to say what the loft's like. This is a 7-iron, it's coming in, wait for it, 27 degrees of loft. It is mega strong on those lofts. That's obviously going to create some ball speed into it, but we've also got to then look at what it's going to do to the spin. Look at that spin at 4.8, it's pretty low, isn't it? So definitely an iron that's just literally trying to get that ball out there as far as it possibly can. Oh, and that's just absolutely rocketed off there. It's high, it's going forward. That's going to be longer, I think. Yeah, 205 on that carry. I mean, it's just explosive. That's probably the best word I can probably describe that. It's just explosive. It's a bit on the loud side. Again, we typically would find these sort of more game improvement irons to be a little bit more acoustics in terms of being loud. Obviously, it's not forged, but it just feels powerful. It just feels like that is just rocketing out there. Just a little bit of a left to right shape on that particular one. Not quite as good as strikes. That ball speed just dropped a fraction there. But 199 on that carry. So availability wise in the D9, we've got a 4-iron through to a gap and a sand wedge available in both right and left hand. Bearing in mind the 4-iron is 18 degrees of loft, so it's very much like a typical sort of 2-iron in a way, isn't it? So again, maybe what I've seen in other brands when we're getting to these really strong lofts is I find it might be a bit of a difficult one for this 4-iron. I'm not sure what sales they'll see Wilson in terms of 4-iron sales, but I'd imagine guys will be switching, because they're a lot stronger than the loft, they'll be switching out that long iron and probably going into the D9 as a hybrid, as a replacement. So just talk a little bit about the technology in the head of the D9. So we're seeing the power holes, I think is what Wilson call it, in the sole of the golf club. We've got 3 in there now. I think we did see in the previous D7 model, I think there's about 5 or 6 of these slots, so there's less slots there now, but we've got obviously one a little bit toe, a little bit deeper on the heel, and one just sat like just behind it. So that is obviously been strategically placed in that club head to sort of obviously create that flex, isn't it? So that's, again, it's all about ball speed now, isn't it? You know, if you strike that ball or miss that ball, maybe slightly lower in that club face, we're going to see some flex and we're going to keep that ball speed up for those miss hits. And Wilson are saying now they've got their most deepest and lowest centre of gravity in an iron they've ever had. So obviously that will help with getting this ball sort of launching. And I'm sort of seeing that. So yes, it's 27 degrees of loft with a 7-iron, but yet it can still launch and peak out. I mean, that last one there you can see peaked at 99 feet of its flight, which is still very high, isn't it? So we've got that stopping power as it comes in to land through that height of the flight. So even though it's at 27 degrees, you think this is going to come out really flat to get that sort of extra distance, it's still flying at really high. Again, that's not absolutely flush, but it's up, it's away, it's a nice high flight. Ball speed is still good. Didn't feel like I really got all of that, and that's still gone. 204 yards on that carry number, wowzers. Ooh, just pulled that one a bit. That's going to go, I reckon, because I've struck that pretty well. See, that launch just a touch slower. That's slightly more of a pull shot. Just shut the face a touch. 209 on that carry. Okay, so it's pretty loud on the sound. It sounds very explosive. There's a lot behind that golf ball. It fills you with a bit of confidence. Let's go and check a few numbers out and see how it's actually performing. Okay, so let's have a look at those numbers. So you can see club head speed just under that 90 mile an hour mark, 7.9, typical speed for me. Ball speed up is also ball speed is up, so just short of 129 on average with that ball speed, with one getting into that 130 mark. That's pretty quick for me, but we know it is obviously stronger on that loft. So with 27 degrees, much straighter face, we're going to expect more ball speed. Maybe that coupled with a bit of the technology with the power holes in there, there's a little bit of that maybe helping to contribute to that ball speed. Launch angle at 17 degrees, so it's probably a typical 7.9, maybe a little bit on the lower side of a launch I would maybe see with a 7.9. Spin rate is definitely on that lower side, so you can see 4,800. That's the only bit that concerns me there, is then control maybe as that ball comes into land for certain golfers, but maybe again, which the type of golfer maybe this iron is aimed at is possibly not too worried about what it happens when it lands there, just maybe want to hit that ball a bit further, give them that real good feel factor, a bit more distance. And they're possibly not wanting that ball to maybe stop when it comes into land, and maybe wanting to hop and skip and try and get up onto that green possibly. So you can see obviously carry distance is going to be big, 204 through the air. It's obviously long, it's powerful, isn't it? Okay, so there you go, Wilson D9 iron. So again, really aimed at that mid to high handicap, and maybe that golfer who's striving for some distance from in terms of getting some speed out of that ball as it comes off the club face. Maybe one of the only concern I would have with types of irons like this, when the lofts get as strong as that, is depends on the individual and the delivery, is if they can actually get that ball flighted, especially as they just move maybe into that 6 iron, maybe that 5 iron. Obviously the lofts are going really strong at that point, aren't they? Again, you probably have that conversation with your fitter where you might be switching out those long irons and then replacing it with maybe with the D9 as a hybrid to get that launch back again. But post your comments down below. D9 as an iron, very forgiving, it's powerful. Is that something that you would want to go and try? Are you looking for pure distance with that iron? Fire your comments in the section down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts as always. Appreciate you watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please share it around, hit the like button, and hopefully we'll catch up with you all very soon.